Three, two. Hi everyone and welcome to Alex Draws. Today we'll actually be working on something very interesting and different. Today we're going to be working on a Silent Hill drawing. The Silent Hill drawing is going to be actually featuring James from Silent Hill 2, and what I generally want to do is I want to have James kind of stand in like kind of like this, and he's going to be holding the flashlight. I know usually he has a very different type of flashlight. I'm going to give him like the hand flashlight. Usually he has the one in his pocket, but yeah, so I'm going to do another sketch, and it's going to be more towards what I'm going to be drawing. So I decided I kind of wanted to go with this kind of look where here he's more turned. I want to give him a more 3/4 turn than a full head turn. So I want to kind of have him more like this where the flashlight's going to be shining this way. I also decided that I'm going to want to kind of have like hands like pulling at him at his legs. So kind of like this. And I want to have a hand, his jacket's going to kind of be like that. So I kind of want to have a hand here as well pulling out the jacket, and a hand here pulling out the collar. So now what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to make this whole thing, I could do it like that, or another way to do it is to do onion skin. I'm actually going to do onion skin this time around. Do one frame back. And I have to work in the black color. Start sketching more of how the actual character and whatnot is going to be looking. So this is kind of a gist of what I want it to look like. So what I'm going to want to do now is I'm going to want to start fine-tuning and obviously doing more of an actual drawing now instead of just continuous sketches. So I'm going to just show you guys what that starts to look like. After fine-tuning, I decided I kind of wanted to I did the more detail. I had to research what his jacket looked like. His eyes, I'm going to have to, when I color them in, I'm going to have to actually have a line here. So let's actually just draw that now for when I have to color his eyes in. Do more smooth lines. So now actually is going to come the color. So I'm going to color it right now. So here's how it looks with color. I'm liking it so far. This should be a different color, but right now I'm sticking to black because I'm not quite sure how I'm going to shade it. But here it is with color, and I'm actually going to sketch something in the back too because I kind of want to draw. I want to have a nurse here, kind of like, and then a lying figure over here. Or maybe higher up, so give more perspective kind of view. His arms tangled up. Then I want to have like Pyramid Head back here because they were kind of the main quote-unquote baddies of the game. So I'm going to sketch them up and I'm going to draw them up right now. Okay, so here is what we have now after putting in Pyramid Head, a lying figure, and a nurse. So I'm really liking it so far. When I export it, I'm gonna have to export it into different layers. That way I can do the background the way I want it, the way I'm currently picturing it. So I'm gonna do my best to export this properly. So now I have everything into Photoshop in a few layers. The first layer, the hands. Second layer, white outline. Third layer is no color, no lines. Fourth layer, in case I don't want to do it like that, is color and lines. Then I have the nurses and the pyramid head and everything. Then I have them without lines, and then I have them with lines depending on how I want to shade it and work with that. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is get rid of the hands, and I'm actually going to lock and make them invisible because this is exactly how I want it to be. And we're going to look at this next because I want to see if I want this to be shaded one way or another. I'm on the fence about how I want it shaded. Both ways are kind of complicated, but one way is going to definitely take a lot longer. So I'm going to get into that right now. I want to see how this is going to look shaded. I'm going to start with here to try to see how I feel about the shading methods. So the first one I'm going to try to do is the one that I don't really like to do because it can get very complicated very quickly. And it looks really good though when it's shaded like this. So I'm gonna try as hard as I can to do it like this, but if it causes too much of a problem, I'm just gonna do it the other way. So here's how it is so far. I'm definitely gonna be doing with the lines and the no lines, and then on top shading. I definitely like this look a lot better than this look. So here's the difference here. You can see there's a huge difference, and later on I'm going to be rendering a lens flare, and I'm going to be doing that right over the flashlight, so you get that look. But for now, I like this so far. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to shade the other two now, the other three. So now we're at a really comfortable point of the image where we have pretty much everything we want, and that everything that we're gonna want to have when it comes to shading and coloring. So now we're gonna really focus on the backgrounds. The first thing I'm gonna want to do actually is insert a new layer. I'm gonna use a certain brush I have that's used for clouds, and we're gonna try to get the atmosphere of Silent Hill. So let's try to do this fog-like. Like I said, we're still not done, so don't worry if it looks weird now. It's gonna look better later, trust me. So I know there's a lot of detail in the background characters, and a lot of it is gonna be lost when it comes to exporting the photo, because you're gonna have all them kind of behind the fog. But I'm just gonna really quickly try to draw, or maybe even import a city picture I have to make it look like Silent Hill's actually in the background. So one of the last few things I'm going to try to do is get like kind of a ghost-like vibe from these hands. So I'm going to just smudge the edges of them. This is kind of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to merge all the visible layers, and then I'm going to do what I was talking about before. I'm going to render lens flare. I think this is pretty good overall. So this is the finished product. Hopefully you guys like it, and I'm taking requests. So if you guys have anything you would like to request or anything you would like to see me draw, just comment below and I will work on it. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you next time.